You are now listening on.
You blew it.
What the fuck, y'all?
What is up, everybody? This is your boy, the good one, the black one. I'm trying to remember what camera I'm looking at. One of y'all, motherfucker. This is your boy, Tori, and to my left, your right, is this beautiful lady who was a hit the first time. And for those of you who don't know, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, I want to introduce her again, the beautiful, the lovely Miss MiMi Mala.
Thank you for the humble introduction, my friend. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming through again. We had so much fun. We had to do it again. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it again. Tonight's going to be a little different. I'm going to tell you how it's going to be different.
Explain.
Tonight, we had fun the last time, but tonight, put the children to bed. Okay? Because we talking. We going in. Okay? Tonight is, I'm not interviewing her tonight. This is both of us having fun.
Come on.
You already know. So it is Wednesday, April. What the fuck is today? 16th. April 16th.
The 17th.
It's the 17th. No, it's Thursday the 17th. Today's Thursday, right?
It is. All day.
Oh, you know what? I don't know what I'm thinking.
It's going by fast, too.
It's going by too fast. Like, I went home this past week, and it threw me all off. It threw
That's
my
right.
time and everything all
So where'd you
off.
come from, my friend?
Where I came from?
Come on.
D.C.
I know.
Maryland.
Let's tell these people.
Oh, I'm from Maryland.
Come on now.
I'm from the DMV. I hate that term. I don't know why they call it that, but I am from.
Why do they?
I don't know.
You know, only the cats up north know what that term means, right?
Because a lot of people, you say DMV, they
No, they don't get it
of Motor Vehicles.
at all. No, it is. It is that everywhere else.
They think the Department of Motor Vehicles, so it's like, no, DMV is District, Maryland, and Virginia. Here's the funny thing.
Only up north knows
Only up
that.
north knows that. But here's the funny thing that y'all might not know when it comes to that area. This is how messed up my area is. They call themselves the DMV, but they don't acknowledge the V.
Why is that? Because it's so. I mean, it's not small, but why? Why?
Because like I said, they're segregationists up there.
I mean, literally, it's a hot skip and a jump.
Right.
DC to Virginia. Most people that work in DC live in Virginia because there's no space.
Exactly. They want to call themselves the DMV, but if you from the V part, they don't want to acknowledge you. What sense does that make? It makes no sense. So that's why I don't even use the term. I say I'm from the district, Maryland, Virginia. Technically, Maryland is where I'm from.
Got it. Now, is a big difference from Maryland to Virginia? I mean, I sound ignorant on that, but
No, you're not. Is it a big difference? Kinda. It depends on how. The further you are away from Maryland or DC, that's when you'll see the difference. Like if you're talking about closer to DC, like Alexandria, Arlington, Virginia, that's kind of like more like DC. So that part can be included in the V. But when you start going out to like Springfield and Lorton and Richmond, that's not really considered part of the V in DMV. But it's V, it's Virginia. So this is dumb. The dumb acronym, but made by somebody dumb who wanted to just be special and make her acronym. They love acronyms up there. Don't get me started.
so another part I've been in Virginia was Arlington, but it's because of military.
Yeah, Arlington Cemetery,
Right.
and Arlington,
Which is mind blowing, which is it's mind blowing. If you're a United States citizen, or but if you're in the United States, that's like so historical. You must check it out.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing how this is the largest grave site I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes,
I
it
think
is.
the largest we all have ever seen.
And I don't like grave sites.
It's actually mind blowing.
It's mind blowing. And it continues, and it's going to be,
Breathtaking.
and more added to it all the time. We have another war. It's going to be some more.
It's so large, and then going there, seeing the ceremonies that they have with the military, the certain points of ceremonies they have, fascinating. The way they do the trumpets at a certain time of day.
Yeah.
The way they do their whole stance for
Yeah.
hours back and forth. And these guys are young.
You have
And you have to have a certain weight, height,
height. Yeah.
to even be able to do so.
And I failed all 3 of those. That ain't,
Did you ever try to be in the military?
You know what? I was going to go to the military.
Did most of us ever did back in the day?
Man, look, my father was in the military. He was a Marine.
Oh my gosh,
You know what
thank
I'm
you for his services. Yes.
Yes, he was a Marine.
Wow.
And I had 2 choices. College or the Marines. I'm doing something. I'm not sitting around the house. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't really want me to. He subconsciously wanted me to avoid going into the military because of what it did to him. You know what I'm saying? He had some issues, but he didn't really want me going in there. I was ready to go, but
He influenced you not to.
yeah.
So my dad's in the army, so big shout out to Pops because he's a retired military as well. MP, big shout out. Same thing with me. I tried to sign.
What happened?
I passed the test and everything. They was like, let's go. My dad influenced me because he said it was hard on women. And he said, not in the army. You're not doing that. Do you know what women have gone through? Mm-hmm. If you're going to do any of the branches, it's going to be the Air Force.
I was going to say.
And I'm like, wow. So, I was going into it. I met somebody, almost got married, and he influenced me not to join. And I'm marrying him, so.
So if it wasn't for him, you'd be in the military.
Yes.
You'd be flying jets and
Yeah.
shit. B-52s and shit.
Yeah.
Flying up in Iraq and all that,
I like-
dropping shit.
Because I like to travel. I like structure. I like discipline. I'm a tomboy, so I like to get in.
You like to get it in.
But I also like to dress up when it's necessary. Okay.
Hey, look, that's what I'm saying. It's flexible. You can fit in. You're a chameleon in a good way.
Women, we can do so if we wish to.
We can't do that.
No.
We can't do that.
Well, no, I mean,
Women can.
Let me say, you guys look sharp in suits, though. Every man looks
Yeah.
great in a suit.
Well, I
No,
mean,
every man.
you can't fuck up a suit.
Every man.
You can't fuck
And
up a suit.
uniform, period. We're like, oh.
Yeah, you
I think
can't
every
fuck up a
woman
suit.
feels like that. Almost. Most.
You got to be really jacked up, dudes, if you fuck up a suit. No, dude, I don't care how big you are, short you are, tall you are, small you are. You can't fuck up a suit. You fuck up a suit, then you stay home.
Just get it tailored, and every man looks great in a suit.
Yeah, every man. You get it tailored to you, you know what I'm saying? Now, what I'm not going to do, I'm not wearing a tight suit. I don't know. This somewhere along the line, this tight shit it's gotten out of hand. Fellas, y'all need to stop.
NBA, do you see what they're wearing?
Yo, we got to stop wearing this tight shit. This tight shit.
Is
Can
it
I
a
say
fashion
something?
statement or just what it is?
They think it's a fashion statement. I think it's. I'm not going to say what it is. But I am not wearing anything tight. I'm not
But do
wearing
you
anything
think it's the
tight.
younger generation that kind of
Yeah.
they see it differently?
Yeah, and it started at the
I
end
wish
of
I could talk to
mine.
the younger generation right now. I wish you guys would shoot us a message, put it in comments. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Is
Yes.
it the younger generation only that thinks like this? Do you guys like wearing tight clothes all the time? Is
Right.
this how you see it? Is it a style? Is it fashion? Or is to each his own? Please.
I'm
let me
going to
know.
monitor the comments, and I want y'all to tell me.
Yes.
But
share this.
let me just say, I don't like wearing tight stuff. I don't see how these dudes, and it kind of started with my generation, because towards the end of high school, dudes was wearing their pants sagging off their behind. And for those of my age, you know the story. If your pants are sagging off your behind in prison, that's telling them that you free game.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's telling you free game in prison. That was how it was back then.
Huh.
So no, I'm not wearing anything tight. I'm going to continue to wear my bag. Hey, look. You know how your parents was stuck on their style back in the day?
Yes.
You were like, why y'all still
They
doing
couldn't
that?
stand on baggy style at
couldn't
all.
stand it.
They actually would be very upset with me if I wore baggy clothes as being a woman. They didn't like that shit at all.
They didn't like it. They didn't get it. Now I get it. Now I understand what my parents were going through, because I'm sorry, I can't wear tight shit. I'm that's one style I'm not getting with. I'm not doing
It
it.
might be a generation thing, right? They wear a little bit tighter now, especially the athletes with shorts. It doesn't look bad at all. I'm just saying, it doesn't look bad at all. I guess to just own, but
Guys, you talking about when they wear something tight?
I've seen athletes wear a lot of tighter shorts now. It's like fashion repeats itself.
Yeah, it does. It's cyclical.
So you're starting to see it go back to where they were more tighter. You know, and doesn't look that bad. And athletes, remember back in the NBA, they had short shorts, yo. They had short shorts, man.
Yeah.
But it wasn't any different. That's not, we didn't see any difference. They were men. They were doing their thing. But I'm saying now athletes are going back to that. Tighter shorts, shorter a little bit. They like to show off their legs with the muscles. It's different now. It's going back in the day. It's going back in time.
But on the court, okay, I get it. But not out in regular everyday
No,
life.
they literally walk around like this now. And
I can't do it. Don't you, man, fellas.
that's
Your
what
balls.
I'm saying, they play sports. Their legs are.
But you can't have kids because your balls are being smothered by your clothes and shit. So you're killing your sperm. Your sperm can't breathe because you win.
Is it true? It's not true.
So your balls need to breathe, yo. You have to,
I'm gonna be
I don't
quiet,
know,
my
you know what I'm
doctor.
saying? Your balls need breathing room. Like it's like your neck. Okay, imagine you wearing something choking around your neck, and it's too tight around your neck. You need to loosen it up, or you're not gonna breathe,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, at a certain point in time, I don't wear it all day.
Right. But I mean, but you wear chokers, but it's not really a choker, like to the point where you can't breathe, right? Or you can't swallow, right?
Right.
So therefore, it's the thing with your balls,
Be
fellas.
that tight? No way.
Yes, I've seen joints where it's like, dude, if you bend over,
It's like that.
It's
I don't think
coming
I'm
out.
attention like that. I'm gonna be quiet.
I ain't paying attention. I'm just saying. I'm just looking. I'm like,
But
bro, that's too tight.
But men might get it fast when they see it right away. We tend to. Some might look straight, but I'll be like,
Cause you know why? Cause y'all like to see prints and shit.
No, that was a very sexual, manly man. Have you ever seen that? Heard of that, guys? He was a rare breed. Where he was a manly man, but sexual at that. Prince. Like,
Yeah.
That's one you're not gonna find around the way.
Prince is my dude.
Prince has so many top of the line females that were after him that he had were dimes and dimes and dimes. And we see him as attractive. And he was a manly man, but sexual at that and sensual at that. And you would question it now.
Prince was a freak.
No,
See-
but come on, when you wear pants with your butt showing, not manly men usually do that.
No, well, yeah, but Prince,
He still wasn't manly man to women. He was still.
he was a
dude.
freak. Prince
It was
Prince
a freak thing only.
Prince got so much stuff.
Over the top freak.
Prince was a freak.
That's butt shows and the manly
don't-
men still won't do it. He's still over the top freak.
Yeah, I never got and this is nothing against people who are homosexual. I have nothing against any. You live your life, but I never got homosexual vibes from Prince. I got freak vibes from Prince. Like Prince is like
Makes sense.
he'll do anything with a woman.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? But Prince was a freak.
Probably why I had like lines of women and gorgeous women and every single one of them.
Women like freaks.
Yeah, when I watched his movies back then, Purple Rain, I brought my mom out there. You know when it came back out? Yeah, and they like remastered it and they brought it out to the theaters, guys. Remember this? Yo, remember? We were like, I wanted to see it so bad. I didn't see it on TV. People thought it was crazy. Like, how did you not see that? I'm like, I just wasn't into TV movies then. I was just a kid, like just doing my thing.
Have you? Now I know you in what you do. I know you've seen his earlier album covers, right?
Yes. He's a very attractive.
I mean, yeah, he's a good looking dude. He's a good looking dude.
Like, I mean, he could put makeup on. You still be like,
But he didn't care because he was number one. He was comfortable in his sexuality.
Still had a manly vibe about him. Yo.
Right. He kept that mustache. He like, look, I'm gonna dress all type of way, but you see this mustache?
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. This mustache still here. Don't get it twisted. I'm letting you know.
So, do you know how he passed away, by the way?
Yeah, in 2016.
No, but you know how?
Oh, wow.
You don't know how he passed away.
How did he pass away?
You know how he died?
He was in the elevator, I heard, or something, right?
Yeah, that's all you know?
That's all I know.
That's all?
He wasn't killed. Didn't he? What, he had a heart attack or
No,
something?
he wasn't killed. He was in his. I'm surprised that's all you know. That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, I was so sad. I didn't even want to know. I'm like, man, that's my
got
man.
it. Okay, it was in his home, in an elevator, in his home. And I didn't know how he passed away either. I just know that he was taking pain medication for his back because he had back injuries. And that always leads us to
Yeah.
other drugs, right? Because,
Painkillers.
well, that was hard then. So it wasn't really as acknowledged. It was getting acknowledged how it was really killing us at that Prince moment.
Right.
So now we all know. like what can lead us into harder drugs, because they facilitate that, but they didn't control it. For him, he's a celebrity. He could get as he wants, just like Michael Jackson. Just like all these guys can gain as they want, as much as they want. Everyone's gonna listen because they're paying these guys. So that's how we got that. Apparently, it was fentanyl was mixed in it, and because I just now I'm like, well, how did I not know this? There was autopsy reports saying that fentanyl was in it, so he didn't have a chance.
No.
So I'm like, so where do you get these drugs from? So it was outside of pharmaceutical because it was that has that in it.
Right.
So it got him. So I want to know, the people that are here watching, if they're commenting, please leave a remark. Let me know what you think, if you actually know the full report. Because when I read the report, it said that, and it said it now after all these years. From when I'm reading it, I'm like, fentanyl got him. Wow. So pain medication can lead to a lot. Even weed can lead to fentanyl.
So they didn't know. I guess, did they know it was in there, or they just...
Did he get it from the street? If you're gonna get fentanyl, it's not coming from pharmaceutical. It's coming from like, the street or people around the way. I mean, who knows? These guys get whatever they want, whenever they want, and whoever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So from whomever. So I was
my man.
like, wow, yeah. So I'm seeing all of these things now come out, and I'm blown away. Well, a lot of these people are dying.
It's sad. And like, I'm gonna tell you, I like Michael Jackson, but I remember back in the 90s, it was just late 80s, early 90s, it was who's better, Prince or Michael Jackson. I was always on the Prince side. I like Michael Jackson too, but I was always a Prince dude. So when Michael passed, that hurt. But when Prince passed away, I'm like, oh.
Oh, guys, you're comparing two separate people. Let me tell you why. You're comparing an entertainer to also a musician. When you got a musician that plays over 10, 15, 20 instruments, that's a musician. And you got a person producing and writing and even coordinating it for other people, musician. And then you got an entertainer, but now he is / musician because he has written his own, but he has had assistants, but haven't all of them to a part, right? But also, too, he is an entertainer because he could do all these moves and grooves and nobody can touch.
See.
That's entertainment, right? But he hasn't played over 20 instruments and all that sort. So there's a difference between a musician and entertainer. And Michael Jackson was an entertainer. There's nobody that can beat his top of the line entertainment.
I disagree with you on that.
I'm like, what? He can't play as many instruments as Prince? That's a musician.
Prince was both.
He was more a musician than entertainer. I'm sorry to say.
Well, look.
Because no one can top entertainment than to this day. Not even a man or a female. But we got Britney Spears that was up there. Now you guys always
I agree.
belittle Britney Spears because she's white. Let's just keep it real. Because she's popping white. Now I'm talking about
popping white.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it real on the non-diverse, diverse community.
Yeah.
Why? She killed in almost every song she sung was a hit. She could kill the dance moves, incredibly done. A huge entertainment. It killed it in pop.
Yeah.
The whole way through. To this day, people still remixing her joints. You know what I mean? So, as a female, as in pop, who would be the next as a female? Not Michael Jackson era. You got to go younger version. It will be Britney Spears. From me growing up, seeing this unfold from Michael Jackson.
That was a little
After Michael, because I wasn't in Michael era, guys. You wasn't either.
I was in the Michael era.
No, we were kids that watched him grow. I'm saying we watched Britney Spears grow as being grown.
Well, I ain't pay attention to that.
I did because she's white and pop. That's what I'm
I ain't
saying.
pay attention to that. She got on my nerves. I ain't pay attention.
She with her moves and grooves.
I phased out. I phased out of music during that boy band era. I phased out.
Well, she killed it in pop. Number one, Britney Spears. Straight up. Britney, if you're watching this, reach out to me.
More of an entertainer than Janet Jackson.
Oh, that's the younger generation, though. Okay.
I mean, the older generation.
Yeah, okay. Britney's younger.
Yeah, she's younger.
Janet and Michael is remember. But
that's a little bit before your time.
Now everyone's gonna say Janet. Now they're gonna blow that spot out.
Janet.
Because you're right. Janet is that.
Yeah.
I just see her perform recently before
Jeanne Jackson.
Yeah, I did.
Jeanne Jackson.
She killed it.
Jeanne
The
Jackson.
only thing is she doesn't sing live as she used to. I'm just saying. But she killed it in the dance moves as a singer. You can't.
Man, look. Let me tell you something.
You can't beat her.
Because I'm not stubborn, I'm going to back up and agree with you that Michael was more of an entertainer by edge than Prince. I give you that.
Oh my gosh, a movie,
that.
Full blown movie.
But if you like adult entertainment and you like more mature entertainment style, Prince had him by 20 miles.
No, you said Janet. You're right. She's beats Britney Spears.
Oh, Janet beats Britney
she's
Spears,
older
yeah.
than Britney though. Just keep it real.
But Britney,
She started it, Janet, in that era with
Britney. This is when everything started going PG and kiddie friendly. You know what I'm saying? That era.
Britney has sex appeal, dude. Like she
I
killed.
mean, she got sex appeal, but her performances were kiddie friendly.
Janet as well, most of it. She come on song or nothing like that. Did she?
Shit.
No,
Shit.
Wait, in the concert?
Take a shot to that one.
Oh, the music videos I know.
Janet. Oh,
Concerts? Did
I got some stuff to show you.
In concerts?
In concerts, she would literally invite people on the stage and give them a lap dance.
Dang.
Jeanette Jackson, as I like to call her, Jeanette.
Dang.
Janet Jackson, yeah. Man, like,
She doesn't do that anymore, guys.
well, she's 50 some years old.
Looks like a 20-year-old.
She's fine as
got
hell.
guys, too.
She's fine as hell for a 50 some year old.
She doesn't want to go out that way. She wants to go out more of.
Well, she's old now and she has a kid. You know what I'm saying? So she's mellow and she,
So,
yeah.
because honestly, she looks just like a 20-year-old.
She does. Oh, she can. I would kill. Well,
Just say it.
I mean, you know, Janet.
Janet.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Miss Jackson. I call her Miss Jackson
So
all
let
the
me say
time.
this. Guys watching, tap in, write a comments.
Yes.
Who is your crush? Who is your hip hop, pop, singing, R&B, country, heavy metal? Who is your crush? I would like to know who's your crush. You guys send me that link onto my other phone number because
Oh, shit.
I
Okay,
gotta
yeah.
I gotta share this. I want my people to comment. Who's your crush?
Hold on.
This is hard. Do you guys know I still listen to Frank Sinatra? I still do. I mean, I just can't help it.
I'm gonna tell you this. Here's my thing. Music today. I have to say this. I do see it slowly going back to where I liked it. Slowly.
Okay.
All that hippity hoppity flippity boppity boppity, all that BS is starting to phase out. Cause it had that expiration date.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Regular good hip hop with solid foundation and rhymes does not expire. It's when your foundation is built on actual rhymes and a solid. But this hippity hoppity shit had an expiration date, and it's finally coming, and I'm glad.
What's the hippity hoppity? Give me artists right now, guys. Give me artists. Hippity hoppity. Who?
Oh, Migos. Migos, for instance, and God bless, the people
The
who
one
have
that
passed away.
yeah.
But I never was a fan of this stuff because I could never understand a word they said.
Were they from Georgia?
I think.
Now you gotta think about these things. When it comes to different cultures, they're different.
Well, I don't care. I didn't like it. Yeah, okay, what culture you from? I either like it or don't. That's.
But no one can do what they do.
You're right about
How
that.
they do it, no one can touch it. So
You're right.
at times we all, at least in the hip hop industry, want to hear that from time to time, because it's when I hear it, I'll be like, oh. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. Cause I have no idea what the rest is. But
No.
we
Yeah.
do want to hear that from time to time. Now, not all the time, but to each his own, right?
Right.
Me,
right.
no. I need value. I need lyricists.
Yes.
I need hip hop. I need that. I need the value.
Exactly.
For me, no matter where I'm at, I need value. If I'm not getting value, I'm not here. Why do you think I'm here, son? Value.
go.
Come on.
There you go. Oh, my bad.
What happened here? They just say I
Send
got
it?
though. Yeah, send it.
Oh shit, my bad. Okay, hold on.
But I need value, and
Yeah.
that's more of like dance entertainment. It's kind of like back in the day when we were listening to the Yin Yang Twins.
They had one song I liked.
Dang.
It was, but here's a
No value. It was just entertainment,
well,
and they were fresh.
see, that's.
And every time that song came on, Mimi had her ass on the wall.
Oh, you did.
Because remember, come
What was
right
you
up on
twerking?
They were like,
You were twerking on the
no,
wall?
they would rub up on you.
Oh, you
When
would.
that song
Who
came
would rub
on.
up on you?
Okay, listen.
You said you was on the wall, so
No, well,
you
no.
were twerking on the
Let me
wall.
explain this, guys.
Oh, okay.
When Little John came on and Yin Yang Twins, and the music came on, I had to put myself on the wall like this. Because the men will come up on you and they'll rub up on you and they'll touch you because that song was on some other shit. And then when the song came on, I'm like, I'm going by the wall because I'm like, no one touching me. And that's what I did every time those songs came on. Because they'll get in and raw and they'll touch you. No, I didn't put my ass on nobody. That wasn't my steez. No,
Okay.
bump that. My
Okay.
steez was hip hop, break dance.
You just want to dance, have fun.
Guys, no break, like heel toe, break dancing, battling dudes.
Hold on, heel
and
toe. What
females.
is that?
Jamaican reggae heel toe? Really?
I don't know about a lot
I
of this
learned
stuff.
that in the East Coast.
Really?
Now where it'll be reggae,
Oh.
Jamaican, you do the heel toe.
Well, you're like on your tippy toes, I'm like.
heel toe, and then
Oh.
and it's you. It could look like the Crip Walk, I guess, but it's like that's a whole style. So I would battle Jamaicans in their own game. And I'll battle hip hop artists in their own game, brain dancing, son. And that was dancing to me. It wasn't just shaking their ass shit. And when I came over here, and the Yang Yang Twins, Little Dog came on, I was done. I went against the wall. I'm like, you're not touching me. It's not no striptease. It's not no damn show. So that's what I didn't like about it. Because every time I came on was that energy. I was like, ugh. I'm going against the wall because I don't want to be fucked with.
Yeah, because that song is that it brought that kind of energy.
It's not touching you. It's not rubbing on you. I'm like, what do you think this is?
Right.
A strip club?
This is what happened with this music. It's like, oh man, I don't know how many of y'all from DC, but
Did they do it in DC?
Washington DC.
Did they do that in DC?
What's that?
How you do that there? Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh no, DC had their own style.
Daddy. Woo!
Trick Daddy. That man, he can cook his ass
He's
off.
doing his thing, and
He
God bless his
cooking.
soul, he's doing his thing.
He is cooking. He has a cooking channel. Oh my God, he cooks his ass off. I'm trying to tell you.
I learned Miami bass because of him.
Yes,
Coming
yes.
to Miami. And big shout out 69 Boy, 95 South. Remember them kids?
This was the end of hip hop.
Wow.
The end of hip hop was that. Now I like the song, but it signaled when the South took over hip hop. Like what was it? Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll.
And
the butterfly.
Who let the dogs out? Ooh, ooh. I should have known where hip hop was going from them songs.
Okay, let me say this though. You don't think that shit was turning over to Georgia as well? When I started hearing songs and every single song had a dance move coming from Georgia, I was like, I'm out, done, son.
Yeah.
That's what hip hop's about. So who do you think started? Miami? Georgia? Who?
Georgia.
Who started these dance moves?
Georgia.
To every song.
I think Georgia. The South.
You sure about that?
Georgia? No.
I think 95 South. I think Miami.
Miami, because I forgot about Luke.
What?
Luke.
Captain coming.
Luke started that shit. Luke started that shit because
Such a striptease. I was so young that I had my hands covered on my face. I couldn't believe the moves they're making on stage.
Bro.
And the women that were going up there. Do you know that they did a show in Disney? They did a show in
who did a show in Disney?
That's where I saw it.
Luke?
Yes.
Hold up. Hold on. Let me hold on. I got it.
And I was there, and that's the first time I see girls come on stage with bikinis and them singing these songs and them shaking their butt. A word! It no longer exists.
What, did Disney no longer exist?
The downtown Disney where it was happening at.
Oh, so it wasn't actually in Disney.
So it's called Disney Springs now, guys. So
Oh,
big shout
Disney
out to Orlando,
Springs.
to the newbies
Okay, yeah,
around.
okay.
Don't know much about Disney, old throwback Disney. I mean, I didn't come from that far back because it did come in later in my years.
Yeah.
But back then it was called Downtown Disney, Pleasure Island. Big shout out to you guys know what's up. I've
heard of these places.
Downtown Disney with the BET soundstage was. Big shout out to BET. That's when BET was a big deal when it was coming on the music videos with Free and those guys on the BET soundstage. It was in Orlando, Florida, and we were around that. So I did get to experience greatness and be a part of that culture. And that's where Luke and all these guys would come out for shows. And when they came out and they performed, that was the most explicit raw show I've ever seen. They cursed, they brought girls on stage, they were naked. I was like so young that I was covering my face because I was so embarrassed that I was afraid that whole atmosphere would be like this. But this is tourists, everybody walking through, watching this like, wow, how can they get away with it? But they did their thing. And then there was many people that rolled through this backstage. NSYNC did. I watched those cats go on stage. I watched those cats
NSYNC?
dance, and they killed it.
At Downtown Disney?
And they
So that's what they called
killed
it, Downtown
That
Disney?
was when they started blowing up. You know what I mean? Not Luke. Luke was in there, but it was NSYNC. When I started seeing them in these spaceship uniforms, you guys know what's up, the ones that were down there watching this. And when they were in spaceship uniforms and they were breakdancing, I was like, who are these guys? They're killing it. Then they came out in the costume, it was NSYNC. I'm like, man. A lot of them started there at Downtown Disney back.
So hold on. Hold on. Let me. So did Disney own Downtown Disney?
It was part of Disney, yeah, for
So
sure.
they let Luke and Two Live Crew.
I'm gonna tell you this: Downtown Disney, it lasted after that. It was done.
About to say.
Because they started cleaning it up because of they didn't want the nightlife atmosphere anymore, and that was that. So instead of us going downtown, we went there, but we felt a lot safer there because it had just a lot more amenities,
Disney,
security. We got to go to backstage, BET soundstage, which was dope. We got to go to the club, and it was a lot of security there, so it was safer.
So now it's Disney Springs.
And right after that era, they no longer want the nightlife. It brought in a lot of violence. Let's just keep it real. And then they switched it up and went to Disney Springs.
And you ain't heard a peep
Yeah,
since
and
then.
you don't hear. There's no clubs there any longer. Doesn't exist. That was I had the best era ever. But guess what? You guys killed it.
Niggas always messing something up. Yeah, I said it. Niggas always messing something
I'm
up.
not saying that.
Yeah. I'm saying that. This come from me. Not these thoughts are mine alone. Just letting y'all know. But I'm gonna say this. Luke
It's the
started
hip-hop
that
culture.
because
Keep it real, my friend.
it's
I don't
the
wanna
culture.
say the black or
No, it's the culture.
It's the hip-hop
It's the
culture. They
culture.
killed
And it's still killing a lot of stuff. But
They
if
are.
I went off in that would be a
And
whole
they
different
are still
conversation.
killing
But when
a
you
lot
talk
of
about the hip hop culture, people automatically assume that you're talking black. No, hip hop culture is across all races, across all sexes, all of that.
You got one of the,
It's a culture.
One of the highest platinum selling artists is Eminem. Eminem is not black.
Yeah,
So it's a hip hop culture.
It's a hip hop
period.
culture. So, what I'm saying, it's a culture. It's not a.
His big shout out Eminem.
Yeah,
doing his thing.
Eminem. How old is he? 53 now.
I mean,
he's
he's
old as shit. But he's a
Fantastical.
he got a daughter. His daughter my age and my
I
daughter.
mean, Eminem looks fabulous. Okay,
I ain't gonna say all that because
fabulous for his age. I'm like, go ahead, boy. Yes. I mean,
damn. Eminem, you heard that
I'm very
right?
happy to hear this. Like, he's natural.
No, he's I don't know. He looks good for his age. You know what I'm saying?
His daughter, I think, is pregnant or got married or go back.
I think she got married. I think she did have a kid too. So I think he's a granddad. Plastic surgery do wonderful things. But let me just say this.
He had surgery, you think?
I don't know.
No.
Probably so. But
No.
probably so. I'm
Not
saying,
him.
we talk about that on
You
break.
think so?
Of course he had plastic surgery. He looking that good for his age. Yeah, and he's
We can
never
look
mind.
good for that age. Not have plastic surgery.
We can, yeah.
No, I look good. Oh.
You do.
Let's
But
see what you're saying.
let me stop. Cause see, I'm gonna be
Comment
accused. I'm gonna be accused of certain things, and I'm not
And
that.
that's real too. But I
Not
think he
that.
passed that one though.
You know,
He passed those parts.
I'm sorry to break your heart, but it is what it is,
I
and
believe so.
you know,
Say it ain't so.
well, I'll show you on the break. So, that's your boy. I'm sorry. About that. Anyway, Kenneth Kniff probably has some, but that's a whole nother story as well.
I can't believe this. Say it ain't so.
It's so. I'm sorry. It is so. I want to say this though. I do want to say that I think music is making a comeback to the 90s, where the golden age of music, and I'm talking about all music, hip hop, rock, all of that. The 90s was my favorite because that was the one point in time where all genres of music clicked.
Wow.
It was like you could listen to everything and it was so good.
So real.
You know what I'm saying?
Word up. When it came to pop, R&B, hip hop, they all did come together, and it all was like hit after hit. I mean, you
hit.
had like 112, Jagged Edge,
Oh man.
like back to back, Blackstreet. Big shout to those guys. Those
Red
guys
Hot
are
Chili
underrated.
Peppers. You had U2. I discovered
Aerosmith.
U2 in the 90s, Aerosmith.
I mean, Lord
And a
mercy.
lot of the rock bands I found out on one of my favorite 90s shows, Beavis and Butthead.
Wow, really?
Because they would sit and watch the videos and they'd be like, who is that? And you would learn. And that's how I got
That's how you
introduced
learn? Not
to
Aerosmith.
rock music and all
What?
that. Yeah, on Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, they would sit there and watch the videos. I'm like, oh, this sounds good. I would go look it up and play it.
So, by the way, Beavis and Butthead is out still to this day. They just like
Yeah, it sucks
remaster
today.
it. Did you? Well, you know what? They had to go into the newer version of things, and
I
they
don't
had to
like
go
the
to
newer
streaming,
version.
But they have to keep up with it because they can't keep up with the back.
Yeah.
So I get that, and I like it. So big shout to them. I like how they keep who they are.
Yeah.
That's dope.
dope,
They're originally their characters, but I'm surprised. Maybe it's from the culture and the area you were raised. So check this out. I'm in Long Island, New York, born and raised. The first
New
music,
York.
word up. The first music I heard was Spanish because I'm Latin, but after that, then it went to alternative. So when you say rock, I'm like, you can't be kidding me. That can't be the first time I heard these guys on Beavis and Butthead, because Long Island, Pearl Jam, Nirvana. I mean, we got in on so many Green Day. So many groups, and there's so many going through my head right now that Atlanta Morissette, I mean, Tori Amos, Pro Jam. You
you're
guys
right.
gotta know who these cats are. And I was raised with alternative before hip hop. Do you know when I came into hip hop? So call me as you wish, but it was my culture, and I loved it. And the first time I got to hip hop was at 12 and 13 years old was when I heard Biggie Smalls, and it was from one person in my school that played a cassette tape during our recreational program because we had a lot of rec. Rec was after school, after sports. I played sports. I played lacrosse, field hockey, street hockey, ice hockey. I played it all.
Damn. Boxing? Football?
Not that. I played football though, flag football for the women. Yeah, it's called paddle football.
Destroyed
Yeah, I
motherfuckers.
played that. So I got in and soccer, all of it. And
Yeah.
then when I played that in New York, they played it during rec center after sports, and it was my friend Barry White. I don't know. I know it sounds famous, but his
Secret
real name is
Garden, Barry White?
No, my homeboy
okay.
Barry.
Oh, okay.
I know Barry. If you're listening from Long Island, New York, if you remember me,
What they say? I thought you talking Barry White.
and his name was that. It's crazy. And we were so young. He played in a cassette player in the recreational center. I know you got to know this, Barry. And when he played at Biggie Smalls, he gave me the tape. He's like, you can keep it. And I was 13 years old. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And that's when I got to hip hop.
Ay, ay,
Ever
ay.
since then, gangsta hip hop was it for me. The NWA, the Biggie Smalls, Ice Cube, Tupac.
See? See? God damn. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
Long Island, New York. See, I was always a suburb, so it was a lot of rock and whatever your culture was.
Let me ask you
And
this.
that was that.
Do you remember, I don't know if it was just for us here or it was a regional thing or maybe it was a localized thing. There was something back in the early 90s called The Box. And what it was a video jukebox.
Yes.
And you call it, and it was 99 cents or something, and you would pay it, it would appear on your phone bill, and you would put the number of your video you want to play.
Oh, no way, no.
Yes. This was in the early 90s. And for those, y'all in the chat, do y'all remember The Box? It was a video jukebox. Literally, you call the number, and you would put in the code of the video you want to have play
On TV?
on TV, and it would pop on your phone bill. It would bill your phone bill. And I remember me and my sister did so much of that one time. My parents' phone bill was like $250. We got on punishment for it. We was on punishment for a long time. But regardless, one year, I think it was the early 90s, maybe 91 or something like that. Rump Shaker from Rex and Effect. You remember that, John?
Yes.
Luke, it's your birthday. Those the whole day.
Freaky.
Oh my God, the whole day.
How
The
old were you when you
box.
chose those videos.
I was 13 or some shit like that. 13,
That's getting in.
12, 13, 14.
Still.
Like, look, I was
Lord,
playing
I'm
those
mercy. My
videos.
twins are 13, man. Come on, man.
Oh, and they worse today. So you know they.
And you know that their friends be looking me up, so it makes sense.
They friends be what?
They found me.
They friends?
They're friends.
Oh yeah.
And my name was not even as it is in school. I'm like, how these guys found
We
me?
gonna talk about that on
Their
break
moms
too.
be telling me, yo, my son said that you're good, you're like a model. I'm like,
Oh yeah, look, when we was at school, we used to talk about people's moms, but we never talked about. Hell yeah, we never talked about like if you were in fellas, y'all know this is true.
I don't remember talking about any mom or dad.
That was a dude thing.
It has to be. I don't
it was
remember
a dude
talking
thing.
about dads, guys, as a little girl. Really?
That was a dude thing. Back in the day, your circle of boys, like say if it was you and your homeboy, y'all didn't talk about each other's moms, but y'all would talk about other moms. You knew, like, man, such and such mom, fat as a mother. She fine. Her mom is such and such.
I have my son's friends. Their parents are telling me that they looked me up. They knew who I am, and they said that you're a model and you're so pretty. And I'm like, no,
What are they
please
talking?
don't say this.
That's the PG version.
I don't put nothing explicit out there for a reason. Like,
I mean, you know,
that's what
I'm
it
talking
is.
about at school. They say,
Oh, really?
yeah, of course.
This is horrible.
Oh, this is typical guy,
Okay.
little boy,
All right.
young boy stuff.
But I tell my kids, are you giving them my name? They're like, no. One of the twins did because he was very proud of me, and I heard that, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you just can't tell your friends this because they're kids.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be fighting your mom.
Man, let me tell y'all something. Come on now. Let me tell you.
Fighting me.
Let me tell
How's
you.
that possible, my friend?
We was talking about this back in the early 90s, and this was before YouTube and all this social. We didn't have social media, so imagine how much easier it is today.
But how they know my stage name? It's different from my real name. What I do in school, what I do behind closed doors is not what it is, guys, and that's for a reason. Okay. But like for them find, I'm like, how? And I know one of my sons told them my name, so I don't know if it went from that point.
I don't know, but these kids today, I thought I knew everything technical, and I think
Yeah, it's almost impossible to hide. They're gonna find you.
Today, my nephew is 7. He knows how to find stuff on the internet more than I do at 7. He can figure stuff on an iPad at 7 that I'm like, why'd you? I
It
didn't.
takes me to God, I'm not out there like that. So they can't find nothing
telling
on
you,
me but who I am. Shoot.
and
I
these
don't release
kids-
what I want you to know. Okay.
These
And I don't
kids,
film things and tape things that I don't want you to know.
Bingo.
And I don't send out personal photos or videos of myself, so that saves you
This-
women. Listen.
ladies and gentlemen, and this is why, and I'm not sponsored by them. If you're watching, please sponsor me because I'm about to give you a little shout out. This is why instant photography is coming back because you can't trust the cloud. At all. Everything you take on your phone is not safe. One day
Filtered,
there could be
edited,
some
shared,
exact edited
done,
shit.
son.
It's in the cloud. Once you put in your phone,
But I'm sick of that.
it's sick of it. Look,
of it.
once you put it in your phone, it's in the cloud. And who knows what they're doing? And it's like,
Everything.
right. And then look, what if something happens, the data goes down, all those 800,000 pictures you got in your phone, gone.
And guess what? Whoever owns the cloud
Hey,
has the rights to your shit.
exactly.
They can take it and run with it. You can't do a damn thing about it.
Do it. So all you men and women who are sexting and doing all these freaky pictures and sending them back each other on your phone, you think it's
Did you do
private?
that? Did you do that right now?
Do I have what?
Come on now.
Have I just said what?
Just so there-
I don't. You know what? I don't send DPs.
No?
No,
Do you send explicit photos of yourself?
no.
You sure about this?
Not even two. Not even. Not even.
Do you keep it real?
I'm keeping it real.
It's a no-go. You must not. The only one you can do it to is your woman when you
Not even-
label that woman. No,
No.
but you gotta label it. It's gotta be real. It's gotta be official, guys. Don't be stupid. In relationships, period. Let's keep it real.
Oh, that's
And
why this
I
is
don't mean
real.
right away. Like give it some time. But like when you end up claiming each other, yeah. Like I mean, don't do this. Don't do it because people use it against you. It's horrible, and they will. And
Revenge
that's what
porn,
human
yeah.
beings are, and that sucks. I
Revenge
get it.
porn, yeah.
But they will. But speaking about original. So we
See?
got this Polaroid where it's not in the
Yes.
cloud.
It's not in the cloud.
The cloud.
It's
Hate
right
it.
there.
Cloud.
You take the picture, boom, is out and it's
cloud.
done. You know what I'm saying?
No filter.
No
Look,
filter.
look.
I'm gonna take it again, but I got the light. I'm gonna get the light even
No
better.
filter. You gotta
know?
take a picture of this to show
I'ma
it
take a
cases
picture,
to
yeah.
these guys.
I'm gonna take another picture. You a little light, so I gotta adjust my.
Do you know Puerto Rico they call me gringa? So I got the gringa in the house.
There you go. You see? So the exposure compensation, I gotta fix on that because you know you a little light, so the little picture there, you know.
You
you
look
get-
fly. No filter.
no, literally, no filter, and that's what I'm
I
saying.
miss these things,
I think,
man.
man, these are beautiful.
Like,
It will live forever.
photo, yo, I'm like right now loving
Yeah.
it. I kind of wish like we just capture like this like all the time. I mean that's a
I got a black and white
Best
filter
thing
over
ever.
there.
Best thing
You know what I'm
ever.
saying? It's a beautiful thing. I love it. I'll take a picture of your phone.
this is
Listen.
so dope, my friend.
Yeah, you keep that. You keep that. It's
Yeah,
forever.
let's do it again.
And that's what I'm saying. When you take these pictures are forever,
Come
y'all.
on, man.
These pictures. Now they also have an app where you can scan it into the app if you really want to post it on social media.
I'll take
but-
a picture of the picture.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's
Keep it
a beautiful
original.
thing.
I love. If I look at this right now, you think it's a throwback. You think it's a
It
throwback.
looked like something we took in the 80s or something.
It really, I mean,
know what I'm
I
saying?
love it.
I love it. I love it. And I'm gonna tell you, I got 2 more cameras
You're
like
actually
these coming
better
through.
Than this, and we're doing filter.
I think so. I think look, look.
Way better than filter, my friend.
Wait till the next one I take, cause I got
Come
the.
on, ow.
I'm gonna tell you right now. And look, I remember back in the. And here's the thing.
good, that's
Here's the
good.
thing with instant photography that's better, because after the
Polaroid.
Polaroid era, y'all remember it was the film era. And during the film era, you had to take it to the store and get it developed, and then wait for 4 or 5 days. And while that person's developing your photo, they seeing everything.
4 to 5. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what like we streaked on. If you took explicit photos, which we all have done, they're watching it when they're
They're watching
developing
it.
it.
Yeah.
And when they're giving it to you, they can look at you. I mean, doesn't necessarily mean the ones that are giving it to you
Right.
has seen it.
Right, but the developer
Yeah.
has seen it and probably has taken.
I would just cringe every time.
He's probably took his photography and took a picture of your.
Yeah, and they can.
Yeah.
They definitely can.
So
They
when
can
you
take
have
a picture
instant
of your picture.
photography, it's out. Nobody's seeing it but you. You can give it to like you can
Come on
take
now.
you can take an explicit photo of somebody and you
on
keep
now.
it. You ain't gotta worry about
I
them.
love it.
You know, I'm telling you, man.
I was ready for it, but it was coming out of the camera. It's white.
It's why, yeah.
For you, for your youngins that don't get it.
They don't get it.
When it comes out, it turns white, and you gotta try it.
You remember that, right?
Try it.
Remember back in the day, yeah. And you know what I'm saying? And I got 2 more cameras, so coming.
Ow.
So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, man.
Come on now.
This is what we're gonna do, y'all. We're gonna take a quick break. Just
on.
a quick break. I need to fill my. I need to put some more water. You need more water.
I do. Salud.
Yeah, Sally, we're gonna
Agua.
get some more water. You know, water's
You
good
know.
for the body. And then we'll come back and we got some stuff we're gonna get into and talk. Cause I want to talk about some of this dating stuff.
Ooh, wee. We're gonna get it sweating. Can we put the AC down?
I'm gonna turn the AC up. Yeah, we're gonna turn it up for you. And we'll be back, y'all. Don't go anywhere. Share if you're watching, share the link, comment, please subscribe. Because I'll do that on the other side of the break, tell you what we got coming up. But subscribe, comment, because I need to know some dating stuff here for the 2025 year.
You guys gotta give us your feedback. I really want to know, especially the women. Please give me
Please.
feedback. We're gonna talk about this on air. Give me your name as well. If you
Yes.
don't, at least an AKA.
There you go.
Come
We'll
on.
be right back, y'all. Stay tuned.
young fam, play the beat. Slime, turn that shit on. Hey Slime, turn that shit on.
Sir Lloyd, we are back. We are back. Welcome.
Yes.
Back. Let me get some housekeeping things out the way real quick before we go all the way back in.
Let's do it.
Next Friday, for the first time ever here, I'm excited about this. We will be presenting our first live cooking stream. So right here, we have beautiful Chef Shauna, Jam Rock Eats on Instagram. She will be right here.
Come on.
Do a podcast, and then we're doing a live. We're getting the cameras going to be set up over here, over there, right here. We're doing a live cooking session. Now, as only I can do, of course, I gotta mess with her and make the stream as annoying as possible for her cooking. But she'll be right here live next Friday between 3 and 4. We'll announce the exact
Oh
time.
my gosh, amazing.
Yes, come on through if you can. We gonna cook. She gonna cook, and I'm gonna try to mess her up. But I'm not gonna try to mess her up. I probably will mess up anyway. But that's next Friday, April the 25th, right here. We're gonna do that. So come on through. If you around, come on through. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun at the drinks. She gonna kill it. She gonna kill it. We gotta have a camera over the stove.
Yes.
We're gonna have cameras right. The setup here that you see now is gonna be the opposite way.
I can't wait to see it.
Yes. So we gonna do that next. Come on through. Come on through and enjoy.
I might have to.
You look, we gonna talk when we get off here. We gonna talk when we get off here. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Excited for greatness.
It's wonderful. She is a great caterer here in
I gotta
Orlando.
get assigned to a network, son.
Look,
You know, by me having my radio show, I got assigned to a major network. I got us on AM, FM, and iHeart.
come on now, you can't beat that.
Any of us can make it happen. Let's just know that.
But your radio show, now tell everybody about the radio show. For those who don't know.
On the Streets radio show. Airs every Wednesday from 9 to 12 a.m. Eastern Time on WOKB Radio, 1680 AM, 100.7 FM, and iHeartRadio. Go to peaceonthestreets.com or mimimala.com where you can see us air for over 5 years. And we're in the process right now of trying to get into a higher elevation. I don't want to discuss it too much, but we're making changes, and I'm grateful for over 5 years winning 3 Stellar Awards
years,
back
come
to
on, man.
back.
You can't beat that. You can't beat that.
Blessing. Winning Best Radio Personality, Best Radio Host, Most Influential 100 Successful Women in Business, back to back. I mean, I was sent to different states winning these awards, and they're not even local here in Orlando. So to be recognized with different states, come on, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, you love the area you're from, but you don't
Come
want to
on.
localize yourself. You
don't
want to
wanna
be
keep yourself in that box.
right. You keep yourself in the box. And the one thing out of the successful people I've met here in Orlando, you being first, is like y'all expand. You expand. And the one thing I can say about up in DC is they are comfortable being in the box.
Interesting.
They don't like they too afraid to expand. It's like comfortability is their number one priority. Most of them.
Get it?
But
But you missing on the whole entire world. So if you're only in showcasing one perspective of people, that's all you're ever going to grasp. So I in broadcasting radio have dealt with a lot of young people to older people, and the younger ones in the game, they tend to stay only in their fan base section, which I get the sector because I've actually host in their fan base sector. I've been a part of their inner city of when they host clubs. I've even had Zach Ziggy Johnson as one of the boxers as being one of my bodyguards for hosting a lot of these events. And let me just say,
I've seen him on the look.
He's for the people.
I'm looking for a perfect sound effect for him. This is what you're going to hear if you cross him. Don't do that.
Not at all.
Don't cross him.
He's a beast. And let me say though, these inner cities or their fan base culture loves them. They have so much support. Is the reason why they're here to this day. And I'm blown away by the support and by the people and by what I see about when they perform, how full the club is, and how they know everything, all the lyrics and everything. It's impressive. But when they come on my radio show and they tend to curse a lot, Well, broadcasting radio, we can't curse. So if you can't understand that broad spectrum of getting to network, that's going to hold you back.
Yeah.
And then secondly, too, is they come in so high that they can't be interviewed. Or they get high right by the parking lot. They come in stinking so bad. And there's just different cultures of these things. So what I'm just saying is, I'm coming from all aspects. I'm from New York, so I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of inner cities to outer cities, to the suburbs to not. And I just know how to conduct myself with different aspects, people, culture, all of that, right?
Yeah.
And for you to want to expand, you have to learn how to adapt and get into different culture, different
Exactly.
ways. And if they can't do that, then they're not ready. And if they want to stay in there, then you will be in that.
Yeah.
And don't be frustrated if you're only in that box.
Exactly.
And they don't tend to want to be in network, and they tend to kind of fall back when it comes to me telling them they can't curse, they can't smoke on the spot. They tend to walk away. And that means they're only going to be a part of that culture only. Just get that. And that's hard to work with if you want to expand, but if you don't want to, no worries. But for us, from we growing up, we wanted to be in every part of every network. We were very mindful of not smoking on camera, not having our friends expose us, not making sure we're not out there giving our pictures of ourselves being exposed, and making sure we run with the right crowd, because they will expose you, and especially in jealousy. And by seeing these things, we tend to manage these artists and these people that are on our show, and they rock with us. They know it and they get it. The ones that don't come and go fast, and it's because, like I said, they're hard to work with because they're not manageable, because they don't want to see that other aspect of it.
You say that because I remember doing a few shows up in DC with a couple of different people, and there was no smoking in the studio. You can't smoke in the studio. Now you want to go in the parking lot, do your thing, whatever, but you can't smoke in the studio.
Is it a major network studio or just a studio?
It was my studio.
Wow, good for you.
That I owned up in there, and it was like one of my rules was you can't smoke in here. I don't want you smoking on camera. I don't want you smoking in the studio. You go in the parking lot, do your thing or whatever. Because number one, the next show has guests. And just because you smoke don't mean everybody in the world smokes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. The next show might have a guest, and they might, who knows how each show was different.
So you're about money, period.
It's about, exactly.
But how old were you when you thought like this?
Oh man, late 20s, late 20s. I've been thinking like pretty much all my life. It's like money first and everything else is secondary.
So you always seen it as like, when to, when not to?
You have, as an adult, you gotta know when to cut it off.
But I've had younger people on my show that they dropped their managers because their managers are trying to get them out there to be more universal, and they just didn't want to do that. They wanted to smoke when they wanted to. They wanted to speak how they wanted to. They would come on my show so domed out that I couldn't interview them as much. Where I put them to the side and be like, maybe you want to come back because I'm not getting much of you.
Right.
And they want to hear of you. If you can't get that, how am I going to push you?
Number one, it's very deep, and one day I'll go all the way in. But it has a lot to do with family structure. That's number one. Number two, priorities. You know what I'm saying? Who is giving you your priorities and a long-term view of things. A lot of people don't have a long-term view. It's next week, tomorrow, how many of my friends are going to see me. Your friends are always going to support you. You want to grow your audience to new people.
Come on.
And a lot of people just...
It's insane.
It's insane.
By the way, big shout out to our friends right now watching us from Denver, one of our journalists. I know he's insane.
Colorado.
And these journalists, by the way, guys, speak about expansion. Network. Collaborate with people in the game.
Yes.
I have journalist friends that are watching us right now. So big shout out to Denver.
Shout out to Denver, Colorado.
I see he's giving us hearts. I know you're amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
In the sports journalism world, and if you don't network and collaborate, if you don't get it,
you don't get it.
I work for the Orlando Magic and more teams that are out there, right? And the way that when you work with them, you have to manage yourself. You have to know what to say, when to say it. You can't curse, be reckless. You can't get crazy off the wall. You can't break the rules ever.
No, exactly. It's a point where keeping it real goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to, and a lot of these people,
when to come in and come out, right?
You got to know when to come out. Yeah.
Now that I'm here, right? I'm not on the clock. Can I still get crazy? Can I get crazy?
Of course you can.
Can I smoke a blunt on TV and everybody be cool with it? No.
No.
What I'm saying is,
no.
if you guys want to expand, be mindful of what you're releasing.
Exactly.
Because what happens if you get to a major network and they want to sign you? They're going to see us and be like, no. Let me say this. You don't think these major teams that I work for are not watching me? I saw them watching me. I've seen that there's ways that you can see people profiling you and watching your profile. I've seen them.
But see, here's the thing.
And I'm like, wow.
Here's the thing.
I'm not out there breaking the rules.
Breaking the rules. But the thing I see, they see people like Travis Scott smoking weed wherever he goes, and he can do that.
Oh, they get confused by that.
They get confused, but you ain't there yet, dude.
Dang.
You ain't there yet.
Is that the only way for them to be secure, being there now?
Right. I
Did
don't
they do that on their way there?
and that's the thing. I'm pretty.
Jay-Z did, all them cats did.
Then we could go deep down this rabbit hole right now. I'm telling you, I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm saying there's a lot of things.
Connection. The only way.
There's a lot of things people were doing before that they got away with, particularly because they were pretty much chosen. But that's a whole nother rabbit hole I'm not going down right now. We'll have a show.
I'll be fired.
You'll be fired. Nobody will want to hire you. Nobody will want to bring you on.
I mean, I'm with prestigious organizations and corporations. They're watching me.
A lot of these people are plants in the industry, and they're put there for a reason. And I said I gotta back up off this rabbit hole. We're gonna do this show one day, and I'm gonna tell you a lot of things I know personally and have heard.
Streamers blowing up.
I'm telling you,
They're just set up. They're like, okay. In the music industry, we know this. They are like Soulja Boy. Sorry,
Lord,
they are bought, created, and you guys don't want to believe it or hear it. I know you guys don't want to. I know that conspiracy things that can't be in. No way. Of course. So like, if you go back into documentaries of Milli Vanilli, going back into what is it, pop, and you see how they were sold.
Yeah.
And you know how they were sold with not singing their own music and still being sold. They create the agenda, guys.
Thank you.
They create the culture and they create the agenda. And they sold those guys and they signed the contract and didn't believe that they could sing themselves, that they could not be able to sing themselves. Now, when you watch these documentaries, you'd be like, I'm so glad they spoke for themselves. One of them passed away. God bless his soul, because he committed suicide because he couldn't take with the ridicule for so long, and also to his decisions in drugs. He's been through a lot in his life. I mean, you have to do a lot of battles in your lifetimes. Being young, it's a long battle, right? God bless his soul. But he was able to expose himself of what they've done to them. They told you, instead of everybody ridiculing these guys, they told you they created the agenda.
Yeah.
They created that they can't sing. We don't want them to sing. We're going to have a whole facade. And that's just what it is. So that's what they're doing right now in the culture. The
culture.
that blow out of nowhere.
Blowing up out of nowhere.
Who is this?
Right. Where did he come
How are
from?
they selling these things?
Right. How did you blow up so fast? You went from 20 viewers to 20 million, 20,000 in literally overnight. Because here's the thing. Man, I'm not gonna go. We're gonna do another show. We're gonna do another show about this
It
because
gets me pissed though.
some of the stuff.
You always believe that they came out of that they really worked for it. They believe that.
Travis, man, look.
They had to work for it of some sort. Do you think?
I got some first-hand knowledge, and I got some stuff I've
Who's
heard.
the girl with the light skin with the red hair? I can't think of her name right now, guys. Come on, give me a message. Give me a message. Tell me she's a younger streamer. She blew out of nowhere. She was in the Super Bowl and she had an upside down cross. And he like, what does that mean? How did she get in there with Taylor Swift? How is this possible?
Damn, I wish.
Come on, you
I
guys
can't
gotta know her name. What's her name, guys? What's her name? Tell me.
I can't think right now, but
I know you guys will.
I'm not surprised, but it's deep, y'all. It's very deep, and I'm gonna tell you right now,
Subliminal messages.
a lot of these people are playing, and a lot of these,
like you said,
a lot of the culture is effed up. I'm gonna tell you a lot.
What culture,
of
though?
these people?
Hip-hop culture?
The hip hop culture.
Only?
No, it's a lot of other cultures.
You do see country doing this though.
Country's not doing that. Country's not doing that.
Come on, man.
They're easing into it, but a lot of these cultures, a lot of these people at the head of these cultures in hip hop are, I'm gonna put it out there, they're CIA agents, and that's as deep as I'm gonna go tonight. There was a rumor that Sexy Red is a CIA agent. And that's a rumor. But I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that for a minute.
So
All right?
who's the one that's like, dang, what's her name, yo? How you guys tell me? The one with the light skin with the red hair.
She's a streamer.
Well, she blew up out of nowhere to me. I'm like, she's from New York, which her sound, which is another thing. Growing up in New York City, our sound was New York. I'm not from New York City. I'm from Long Island, New York. But going in New York, the sound was a certain sound. You knew your East Coast, you knew your West, you knew your South, or maybe my era, just period, right? Now all the sounds sound alike. You don't know where they're from. So when I hear these guys coming with the girl with the red hair, I can't think of her name right now. Guys, send me a message.
I wish I could think of it.
I couldn't believe she was from New York City.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we don't talk like that, act like that. What happened?
Yeah.
So it's just a thing of like the sound sounds the same. I think they're bought and then made into.
We're gonna do another show on this. Where I'm going to go extremely deep into this, but if y'all think that smoking weed is gonna get you somewhere, these young aspiring artists who come into, I'm not even gonna call you artists because you haven't earned that right yet. You know, you're an artist when you make art and you actually, whatever. But smoking weed and coming to a studio, a professional establishment, and you think you can make the rules, why would you come into an establishment already high smoking?
But people do that now. Like you got Snoop. He could just walk in anywhere.
I mean,
that's
Snoop. Let's be real. There's different rules for different classes. That's just how it is. You're not gonna. If Snoop came in here tonight smoking,
So know your role. Know your line.
he's gonna sit down and I'm gonna interview him.
Yeah, everybody would.
You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real. I'm not gonna tell Snoop,
That's what he's
you
doing.
can't smoke on my show, man. Nah.
It's like a different.
Yeah.
What's the girl's name? Ice Spice. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Ice Spice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, finally, thank you. I'll say yes. I love you, my friend.
Right.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But
They think that she's bought into and made into. But let me say,
probably chosen.
Well, let me say this. Yeah, because I heard her background, and she literally was in college. She quit. She saw music was a way. She met her boyfriend, which was a really big DJ.
Yeah.
He promoted her and put her out there, but they both the lyrics for her. So she was coming.
This is what they do. They get people who are vulnerable, who won't say no, who are desperate,
But he
or
wasn't-
have a checkered past where
In
they
there
can
as
hold
well.
it over their head. If you don't do this, I'm going to do this to you or tell this to you.
But he was upcoming as well, and so those guys are young and they came in the game together. I just think that a lot of I'm gonna just say this because that could be natural. I've seen that. She came from college, she did her thing. I've seen that. No, all respect. But once you get into the Hollywood limelight, it seems to be like you sell your souls. They change. They tend to send the wrong agenda out. They're wearing things that just is subliminal, and they're saying things that place in certain areas where you're like, what? So if it doesn't make sense, something's wrong. And I think that they're falling into the Hollywood agenda. And this is what I said: when you get to that limelight, dudes, don't sell your soul. Like Puff Daddy did that. I mean, he has no freaky ways, but he made.
My
it
daddy
such a
he
shit.
pissed somebody off and
He pissed a lot of people off.
he pissed somebody off in the
Dude,
upper
he's been doing this since the 90s.
he pissed somebody off in the upper echelon, and
White people.
now they're like, oh really?
pissed off
Okay,
white people
he's going to
Hollywood.
jail. That's why he's not getting
Let's
out.
just fucking keep it real.
Yeah, he pissed somebody. He pissed one of those.
I'm gonna just say white people Hollywood. They run the agenda.
He pissed somebody off in the deep state.
Don't be stupid with it because they run
Yeah.
everything, and this is what it is. And it's okay. I love you guys. It doesn't matter. Like, I got no problem.
He's vulnerable. He
But-
is a checker. That's what they do. I'm not. Look, I said I wasn't going down
He's
this
a
hole
checker, you
tonight.
think it is?
I'm not going down the hole tonight.
Sonny has his own version, his own ways. He did his own thing.
Yeah, he did. It's. Whew, man. Oh Lord, this would be a
I'm disappointed.
4-hour show.
I'm so
And
disappointed.
we're gonna do it one day.
I'm just growing up in New York. We looked up to him, and we just seen him come to that. It was amazing, but to see like the whole corruption is like it has been going on for quite some time. I know promoters are involved in that, not involved in that, but been there and seen it. That wouldn't allow me to be with them, and I never understood why. And to this day, now we're grown, and they never will let me be with them. And it just they were men, so I'm grateful.
Yeah.
That they just knew it and they were
Yeah.
part of it and they seen it and they still held it down to like they weren't a part of that, but they seen it.
They seen it,
and
yeah,
masculinized
and they
themselves out of it
exactly.
like to that point too.
Well, this is what we're gonna do, y'all. We're going to end the stream on YouTube, and we're gonna go to TikTok, talk about dating.
What?
We're going to go to TikTok Live and talk about dating. So if you're on TikTok, follow us at Ripped Radio on TikTok.
Come on.
We're going to give us about 5 minutes to change over. We're going to talk about dating. I got a lot of shit. And my potty mouth will not be censored on TikTok. I didn't censor it here, but it really ain't going to be censored there.
No.
It really ain't going to be censored. I want to apologize to you in advance for some of the curse words I'm going to say and things I'm going to say when I get over there. But y'all, my TikTok audience know how I am. I have no filter. So YouTube, you got to keep it a little, not all the way clean, but I got to keep it a little TV 14. And on TikTok is TVMA. Say that. So we'll see y'all on TikTok at Rip Radio. And what's your TikTok? Tell everybody your TikTok.
Okay, so go to TikTok, MiMiMala.broadcasting or MiMiMala1 on TikTok. Come on.
Hey, follow her too. Tune in. Either way, we talking about dating, man. All right?
We'll keep it real.
We will see y'all in just a few minutes over there. All right? Let's go.
Ciao. Adios.
Adios.